Okay, today back at the range, it's about December 6th, and I'm starting out at 50 yards. I'm going to be shooting my Smith Wesson M&P 10-308, and I'm going to try and adjust the scope to eliminate as much parallax as possible. It's okay. And we're going to double check the sight at 50 yards, and then I'll move it out to 100 yards, and if everything goes well, we'll move it on out to 200 yards and see where our hits are at the different ranges. Now, I found out that part of my problem is my scope on this rifle. No matter how I adjust it, I have about a half-inch left, half-inch right, up or down parallax movement of the crosshairs, even though I tried to adjust the parallax between about 40 yards to 60 yards on this 50 yard range. And part of that could be because I wear eyeglasses. So it might not even be the scope so much as the extra lens that I have on my face that helps to move things around in the final object going to my brain. But anyway, if I'm going to do my best to use the lead sled rifle support and see if I can get a tight group here at 50 yards and at each of the other distances, 100 and 200 yard. Again, when I shoot my rifle close to this particular camera, it's got sound protection from saving the sound or the microphone from high blast, so it will sound muffled every time I shoot, versus guys that are farther away, you might hear their shots. My lead sled, I made a few comments on the prior video about the trigger pistol grip issue with this lead sled, but anyway, I've worked that out by buying a pair of gloves to wear so that I won't get the trigger safety on the M&P 10 digging into my right hand when I pull the trigger with the lead sled, kind of blocking my ability to get a hold of the pistol grip the proper way. So there's little issues I've ironed out since the last video, and hopefully this one will turn out with a little more accurate shots, which all remains to be seen. Okay, that first shot was pretty good, and I'm actually not using my trigger finger. I'm using my finger next to my trigger finger to pull the triggers. And on that shot, I felt like maybe I was just starting to wiggle when the trigger went off. So I've got to get used to trying to be a guy with a cut-off trigger finger trying to shoot with the next finger here. Well, I pulled 6 rounds there. Made an interesting left-right pattern at first. Usually on a left-right pattern, that's got something to do with the way you're moving the rifle yourself. I'm not sure what to say about hit number 6, the one that's below the bullseye there. So I'm going to take a few more rounds just to see if I can practice a little more on this target, and then we'll move over to the other one and see if we can do a 3-shot group. Of course, the barrel gets harder with each shot too, so that's another variable. Oh, and sometimes the flyers are just the result of powder charge and other anomalies with the ammunition. So anyway, do a couple more test rounds on this. And then I'll move over. Okay, so what we're seeing there is a line of bullets vertical, and I was watching some YouTube guys talking about situations like these different patterns. I think that last shot just ended up going right through the vertical line. But anyway, time to move over to the next target. I think I'm going to adjust the scope one click left at 50 yards, quarter inch per click at 100 yards. So at 50 yards, it's probably only going to be about 1/8 of an inch. So maybe I'll move it 2 clicks. I got to think through that part of it. Oh, one more thing. I'm wearing glasses out here, and since it's so cold, my glasses are fogging up, so as if I haven't got enough issues. So damn cold out here, it's starting to make me it's so cold out here. I'm having a hard time breathing through my nose. There's so much runny nose syndrome. Anyway, I did move the scope 2 clicks left for this next round. So we're going to find out if 2 clicks is a quarter inch at 50 yards or not. 2 clicks should be a 1/2 inch at 100 yards, so it should be a quarter inch at 50 yards. So okay, so my second shot, I felt like I pulled a little bit, and the rest of them I felt pretty good about, but not the tightest group in the world. But considering where that first shot hit, I'm going to bring it 1 click back to the right and go over to the next target. Okay, got 5 more rounds in there. You know, something else I just noticed. Those first rounds that I shot at the first target were Hornady 165 grain SSTs with gold colored primers. The next 5 rounds I shot, same bullet, but silver primers. And things got a little better. So, at least as far as not so many flyers. Not necessarily the greatest shooting group, but not a strange flyer now and then. And I've got probably 8 or 9 boxes of this ammunition. And the last time I was out here, the boxes that I shot, a couple of boxes, were the gold primers, and I was getting frustrated as hell. I'm going to write Hornady an email to their tech support. Find out what the heck's going on between those primers, if that's got some factor, and if they run different gunpowder with different primers, or what the heck the story is. But that's got me wondering. That's just something to think about. There's a lot of variables in factory ammo. Okay, again, we're one click back to the right. So instead of going 2 clicks left, we're at 1 click left. No idea what the hell just happened with that shot. When I'm doing my breathing, if I was taking a breath during that shot, as I inhale, that's where the scope drops to, down that far below the bullseye. So that was probably a bad shot because of breathing. And that was a good shot where I steadied up my breathing and remained calm. So just something else to think about is your breathing, right? Okay, I'm going to try 5 at 100 yards here.
What's that?
And see how that goes. I think what happened on that double hit fire there is every time I take a shot, the gun gets out of the lead sled and settles into a different position. And then when I go to release the trigger, it bounced up high. So then I reset the gun, and again, the 5th shot there went right back in the bullseye. So even using this lead sled is not guarantee of 100% results unless everything is consistent shot to shot. Okay, going to do the left target of these two. 5 more rounds. And I'm going to try and lead sled and my sight in and everything more accurately. See what we get. Well, I don't know what to make of that other than the fact that out of 5 rounds I get 3 good shots. And they're even not that good. More like a 2-inch group than a 1-inch group. But considering that my 50-yard shots were more like 1-inch groups, I guess that's not too surprising. Okay, so now I cleaned the barrel, waited a while, and let it cool down. And temperature's dropping out here. It's about 3 in the afternoon now, so it's starting to cool down even more. Anyway, gonna do my very, very, very best to shoot 5 rounds at the right target here. Well, so far for doing my very best. Those first 3 shots I thought I did pretty good, but that 4th shot, I'll be dinged if I know what I did other than I must have been lifting or something on the rifle just as I pulled the trigger. And then a 5th shot, same damn thing. So I guess I'm just gonna have to settle for 2-inch groups at 100 yards. Okay, it's getting really late. It's sun's going down, real cold. 200-yard targets, 3 of them. Hopefully this thing will focus enough to actually see the bullets go in. And I've got 15 rounds in the mag right now. So I'm gonna shoot 3 at the left, 3 at the right, and then if I'm happy that I can actually hit them at this range, I'll try that bottom target. I'm also seeing my batteries running out, so because of the cold weather probably more than anything, so I better get with the program here or I might not even get this recorded. I can't even see the bullet in my scope, but it looks like in the camera it's shot low left. So that's interesting. And that one went way low. So obviously at this range I need to come up a couple clicks. Okay, I just came up 8 full clicks, which should be about 2 inches. I stand corrected, that should be about 4 inches at this distance, so maybe that'll put me on target. Well, that was too high, so I'm going to split the difference. Well, I got my elevation right now, I just got to figure out how to hit the target. I'm going to move over to the right target now. That was about the same as the last shot, so that's interesting. The camera didn't catch that last one, but first shot is the middle one on the right target, the second shot is the low one on the right target, and the third shot is the high one on the right target. So they're all to the right of bull. Basically, I'm lucky to get it in a 12-inch circle at this range, no matter what I do. And I'm going to take one more shot at the right target. Okay, right altitude, but wrong windage. Okay, I just came left 3 clicks, and I'm going to shoot at the lower face target, 9-inch plate. Okay, so I ran out of ammo, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I can see 14 at least out of the 15. Yeah, I'll go down there and take a picture of them later here. I'm gonna take a 200-meter shot here in just a minute. Okay, I got 5 more rounds in the mag, and we're trying 200 meters before my battery dies. I wish it would focus a little better, but oh well. Okay, fire in a hole. That shot was a bad shot. Well, can't wait to get home. See what this looks like on the PC. I think that lower left shot was the one where I flinched. I'm actually quite surprised that I hit where I hit. Anyway, it's getting too dark. Time to clean the rifle and get the heck out of Dodge here.